Hey Manny, can I add dialogue to this right here?
Yeah, go on.
Órale, Holmes.
When did he say? When did they both become Mexicans?
I don't know. It feels like this is some cholo shit that I'm getting involved in. Even though I believe they're two white men, but I feel like this is a.
Hold on, you believe they're two white men? So at some point there was some disbelief that you didn't know.
I feel like Cross is mixed with something. I don't know.
So you hit
It's a
up
little bit of Arabic, a little bit Hispanic. I don't know.
so you hit up that ancestry.com is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So obviously there was this one I went with.
Yep.
But I could have had this one.
Well, in the role context, this could mean anything.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I also didn't go with it. I could have went.
He looks like his dad caught their son doing something. What are you doing again, Finn? Nothing, Dad. Then why aren't your pants on?
So I could have also gone here, but I didn't really want to do that.
You would have been disgusted. I would have did it if then you blur out Ember Moon's face.
You mean like this?
Yeah. Hey, we have a champion representing our show though now.
Or
Shotzi did it. Oh wow.
Oh my God, he did it again.
He did it again. Oops, I did it again. God,
see right here, it looks like I'm proud of Shotzi Blackheart. And it looks like I also kept Ember Moon's face in the other one, but no, her face is kind of not there.
It's kind of not there. It's kind of not there. The hair, the weave is covering it.
Yep. I couldn't.
Shotzi Blackheart.
I could not be happy for her.
Yeah. Man, if we gotta add the title to her, what you call it? The intro video?
Oh, do you know how difficult that would be?
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. I'll put the interview, I just put the title right there.
It's the Champions edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show.
Or dub her voice. I'm Shotzi Blackheart, WWE NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. And you're watching
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey! Oh, check out the Marcus head, man. He should.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
That was a time. They had that for 5 seconds. Wasn't even able to change the plate to those shits.
Well, they put the plates on them, and then that happened. And now I'm sad.
I got a surprise for you. Also, I have a match for you, and you lost your titles. Damn it! But Raquel, you're cool. We'll give you a title match. Dakota, away.
Back of the line.
Back of the line, Dakota. What the fuck?
Welcome to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes, and once again, always joined by
Marcus the Grand Finale. I like that you say always joined by, but there are like several occasions where I wasn't going to join the show, but I have.
It's just me by myself.
Yeah, it's the Manny and Ross show, or Manny and the internet bad connection that Marcus couldn't make it because his car blew up or something.
Yeah, I don't normally come on unless you're on for this show.
That's true. We're a tag team, all right? But one day, Manny, you will turn on me, and I know you will.
Why are you blaming me as if I would turn on you?
I'll let you know. I will turn on you first. I'm prepared. Just like MJF and the Inner Circle, I'm prepared to do a triple cross tonight.
There's a video out there where the Magnificent Manny turned on Eric's character in one of the WWE 2Ks in the back room, and he got beaten up.
He had it coming. That's the dangers
He
of being
deserved
in a
it.
tag team. It's the dangers of being in a tag team. You never know when your partner's gonna turn on you, and you always want to be the first to turn on your partner. So you're like,
No,
oh,
I just
man.
specifically remember he was my tag team partner, and he was rated overall like 63.
Nah, he's trash. He's trash.
When my character was like 85. So it was basically being Raquel González and Dakota Kai.
But I feel like Dakota will give you more.
Yeah.
By the way,
Eric didn't put any of the effort in.
Shout out to Boa for entering the women's division on NXT.
I told you. Did you see his defense again? Defense. Boa's got major defense.
Oh man, he was about to beat that ass. He was had enough. I'm tired of being a gentleman. I'm tired. You hit me with a crutch, bitch. I'll go upside your head. They call me Chris Boa in this bitch. My brother's Chris Brown.
Let's move into AEW before any more Boa talk happens.
I kind of want to put up the picture, the Ike Turner meme when he turns around and he.
It's a good thing I don't have that.
Because that would be great for Boa's reaction to them hitting him with it. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
So we kick off AEW with, I thought, a really good opening match between Rey Fenix versus Matt Jackson, which Rey Fenix picks up the win. And I've already prompted that you will probably ask me about the dive, and I was going to prompt it with which one.
No, Manny, I wasn't going to ask about the dive because there wasn't really a dive. The dive didn't happen.
He did like 3 in a row. He just didn't He didn't do the one where he nearly breaks his ass every time.
Yes, and that's the one I asked questions about. The other ones, we know how that dive went. I can't enjoy this match, Manny, because of the lack of selling. It was absolutely trashful. Just trash. I can't take my number one rule in a wrestling match, and I know this happened on NXT. Don't email me or do leave comments and concerns. I know Adam Cole did a Canadian Destroyer or a Panama Sunrise to Finn Balor, and he kicked out. But 2 and 1 on the outside floor, I cannot condone that, okay? Petey Williams is rolling over in his grave. And by grave, I mean he's probably working at your local Circuit City Blockbuster Video or whatever Petey Williams does. It's bullshit.
So wait, you're saying Petey Williams has traveled through time to go back to work in Blockbuster Video?
He wanted nobody to know who he was ever again. He was so ashamed of people just prostituting the Canadian Destroyer, just doing it like it's a DDT or a super kick. And I was so upset with this. And like the match I was expecting, I think it was this match, but I expected just an ounce more selling. You know how you like eat something and you go like, if they had a pinch of salt in there, it may have been better, but they chose not to. I feel like this match it was kind of bland. I feel like I was eating some bland ass shit when I was watching this.
So Mox and Eddie Kingston are having a drink on the casting couch. Eddie said he had anxiety, and the last time he felt like that was when he was in court being told he was going to prison. Eddie likened Kenny to being the Joker and Mox being Batman. They both claimed that Impact paid for the bomb. When that bomb came in the mail, did it say Acme on it? But they're both happy. They didn't explode, and they are friends again. Oh, fuck them both.
So, Manny, here's my question. Hypothetically, let's say everything went right, the ring exploded, we go, holy shit. This is, the ending of our last episode basically happened.
Oh, by the way, before anyone asks, we have to do reconstructions to that studio, so there will be no Raw show next week.
Oh, you see this white background, you're like, that's the same white background, but it's not. I put a lot of work into making that background looks the same, and it is gone. It is gone. Those kids you hear, gone. But
they died in explosion too.
Yeah. But they'll probably be back. They don't die. They kind of multiply like gremlins. But what was I even talking about? Where are we going with this? Oh, I enjoyed this little sit down, this candid sit down with the two guys beat up and exhausted. He had a panic attack and Impact paid for it. I enjoyed it. I was like, it's a simple explanation and we're done with it. We never had.
Well, you know my thing on the Moxley promos when he's not all hyped up and like on crack, where he's staying still. Those are always good ones. So moving to a squash match, Cody Rhodes versus Seth Gargis. Who taps out in a figure 4 in 2021? Who?
Manny, no one tapped out to that shit in the 80s. Ric Flair never won with that shit. He would win with like a cheap move and then pin somebody. The figure 4 is the biggest lie of a finisher ever because it never finishes anybody.
So Cody is interrupted and told to shut up by Penta and tells Cody through a interpreter he is 1,000 times better than him. If Cody is the Prince of Pro Wrestling, then he is the Lord of Lucha Libre.
That's a good name. That's a good name.
Yeah, it's not as good as the foreign object, Lord Manny Hayes.
You sound like a European prostitute, Manny. Come to foreign objects. We have company gentlemen, Manny, or Lord Manny Hayes. Hey.
What you do in your spare time is your business. looking up male prostitutes, I see, Marcus.
Hey, I Google. Hey, I look for patents for everything. You never know what business you may get into next. I may become a mandem. Is that what? Or is it just a pimp? I don't think a madam is for women. What would be a man? It's just a pimp. I feel like we deserve a better world. I'm gonna be a manum. Hey, Manny, you're my first bottle bitch.
Penta said he would have hurt Cody's arm even more, that Cody wouldn't be able to hold his unborn baby.
Oh, unborn baby, his unborn daughter. So now we know why we got the baby reveal or the gender reveal. And so Penta, we understand what this line was gonna be.
Penta was going to murder that child. Then there's a pull apart. I don't really even want to cover the next bit. Chuck and Orange Cassidy asked for another match.
No, before we go further, I would kind of want Penta to tell his translator. I didn't say that. I didn't. Oh no, but Penta said it with his own words.
They want another match with surround the ring with arcade machines.
The disappointment in management. I just feels like that's a bad use of money. And I feel like that's what AEW is doing. But I'll tell you this, I bet you there'll be better explosions in the arcade match than there will be in the exploding match. They should just do a cinematic match in the arcade. I thought they were going to go that, what's that old Nickelodeon arcade show? We're going to fight in the video game.
Dude, that's luring into the depths of Karate Man with Ethan Page. Yes. So Sting comes out. Again. Says Darby is a dangerous man. He takes risks, uncalculated risks, combined with Sting and a menacing location. And the streets, and voila, they get a win.
So voila! Sting has nothing to say. Why are we talking to him? They interview this man every week, and he has nothing to say every single week.
And then Lance Archer interrupts Sting, says he doesn't need a ladder match to prove he's the face of the Revolution. If things don't change, he's going to take much more.
So Lance Archer, for going face for a few weeks, is now heel again.
Yep.
And Jake,
for no reason.
And Jake is still walking behind him. Can we stop bringing Jake with him? Jake adds to this now.
No, come on. You didn't enjoy Bye, Stinger.
I just feel like he's around though. He was cutting promos at one point. Just when he's out there, I'm going like, Jake's still with him. Just let the man be free.
So we do get Ethan Page. So we do get Ethan Page. Anyway. Yeah. or he was in hot pursuit again. So we can't tell.
Yeah, yeah. He's always Sting is always going up. Apparently, a lot of people hate Sting. Like he's like, well, this is my life. Like if he has something to say, every time I want to talk, someone wants to kill me. What's going on? Like whether it's Team Taz, I guess they had a valid argument, and now the Murder Hawk Monster and Jake the Snake Roberts all hate me too. I don't know why I came to this company.
So now we get Ethan Page versus the one-time winner on Dynamite, Big Shotty Lee Johnson.
He won in Black History Month and will never win again.
Ethan Page took way too long to put down Lee Johnson.
No, man. See, what you don't understand, and because you watch the Fight TV feed, this is the biggest news story of the night, in which they had nothing but basketball audio playing the entire time. And I, for one,
picked up by Mate in midfield. Good run through again. Cassie joining the attack at every possible opportunity.
He's played well for Milan tonight, hasn't he? Cassie in. The goal ruled out wrongly, we think.
It's Fernandez again, picking a very good ball. Greenwood's got it to do over on that side. Good play from him.
Yeah, very good play from Messi.
What are you doing?
I ran out of hand motion, so you go to the jack off motion
anytime. So I watched the Fight TV footage. I didn't have any of this happen to me.
What's happened? We're all victims here that watch on TNT, Manny. All victims. Even though the music of Ain't No Mountain High, Ain't No Valley Close, Ain't No River Far Enough fit perfectly with the match, or some defense chants, or the slack of sneakers going around. It was such distracting. So distracting, it was ridiculous. And they're blaming, I believe, TNT for this, which it could be. I don't know. Because
it probably is because they had the feed of it.
Yeah, they had no announcement of we're having audio issues. I think TK released that and they finished, but it took 2 commercial breaks to fix this. And I was hoping somewhere that some college basketball game piped in audio was that of AEW Dynamite, of a Lee Johnson versus Ethan Page match, and someone going, what the fuck is going on? Just like we were going, what the fuck is going on?
So there was some dissension between the Nightmare family again. So you didn't actually watch this, but during the tag battle royal, what's his name?
QT Marshall.
QT Marshall eliminated the Gun Club. Both of them.
So what?
And then Dustin got mad at him.
In the crowd.
Then Dustin got mad at him, and then he eliminated himself and all this stuff. So as Lee Johnson's getting beaten up again, Dustin comes out, and then looks like he coddles Lee Johnson, and Lee Johnson accepts it look, this is where I've lost all respect for this man.
Manny, all I'm gonna say about this storyline, it has not happened on Dynamite. I have no recap of anything that happened on Dynamite, and you're filling me in on this, and I'm going I don't need this on my Dynamite. Who the hell cares about QT Marshall, Lee Johnson, or anything that's going on with the Nightmare family, including the damn Gun Club? Who cares about any of these people?
Well, speaking of stuff that people don't care about, segment was supposed to be to hear from Christian Cage, but we get Kenny instead. Ooh.
Oh, a little bit of that. Instead of what Manny was going to say, a burp came out. Instead, we get... That's the reflux.
Don calls Kenny the king of the deathmatch. They claim they are happy that they took away a moment from AEW fans, as Tony Khan likes to make memories. And if the ring explodes, Mox and Kingston are gone. But because it didn't, they look like idiots. Which is true. I like the... It kind of works in the way they're trying to play it off, but we all know. Don calls...
I think we need to stop mentioning explosion. If we never mention the explosion again. I thought Moxley and Kingston was enough. And then Kenny said what he had to say. And then I was like, okay. But we better not mention this explosion again. Let's not try to make the explosion the exact thing they wanted as pure canon. No, it was a failed attempt. Let's just never talk about this again.
Wasn't there a TNA show called Explosion?
There was. It's like Jerry Lynn.
Oh, that guy. Don calls Eddie Kingston a screw up. They mock up the ending of Revolution again. And then it ends in a brawl with a standoff between Kenny Omega and Christian Cage, who again says nothing once again.
So you're going to skip to 69 and them harassing Eddie Kingston?
What's 69?
You didn't see when, Eddie Kingston was talking about his panic attack or whatnot, and he's like, oh, they 69 each other, and then he said, oh God, Don 69 me, and Kenny laid on the ground, and Don 69 him.
Yeah, I was trying to skip over that. Well, no, actually, I did cover that, where I said they mock up the ending of Revolution again.
Oh, okay, you did it very PG.
I just felt like we didn't need to make any more reference to it.
I was like, why did that happen? Who does that? And I feel like Eddie Kingston, that was his chance to beat them up. But
And
Mox came out with the save.
Yeah,
right?
Mox came out with a save.
He's
Then
not
we
hurt.
move.
He should
No,
be
he's-
dead.
Then we come into the worst women's segment of the week. The week ain't even over, people. This was the worst. Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, Maki Itoh versus Thunder Rosa, Shida, and Ryo Mizunami.
Yes.
It happened. Thunder Rosa picked up the win. Britt Baker. Yep.
Microphone strikes have always been something that I thought this works because it sounds like it does something, even though they are really protected. Those are the worst microphone shots I've ever seen in my life.
Well, do you know what? Every time there's been a hit, there's normally a lot more sound, which makes it...
Boom!
Yeah, because the comedy of that makes it more funnier because of the sound. But that sounded like someone merely grazed someone with a microphone.
Like she was like, I swear to God, like if she didn't try to hit her, it would have been more dangerous. like that's how bad that looked. There was a lot of ridiculousness in this match, and I really wish Kenny would leave the women's division. It seems like he's obsessed with the Japanese women wrestlers.
Yeah, he is. It needs to stop.
Focus on some of the good ones, like Serena Deeb, Thunder Rosa. Britt Baker's a great character who should probably evolve. Where the hell's Big Swole? There's so many other people.
Thing is, the Maki Itoh character can work as just a character, but she can only be a character. Just a gimmick.
Yeah.
It will work.
Yeah.
But the fact that they continually focus on Japanese wrestlers that probably will only have limited time in America and with limited travel, it seems really pointless for me to get invested in it.
I feel like this match was too much of a cartoon. You have Thunder Rosa and I guess Nyla Rose and even a little bit to the part of Britt Baker, I guess being serious characters. And then you got Ryo I'm mixing up all their names. But you got her going, I'm going to do this in the middle of a match. And you got Maki Itoh singing and dancing. It seemed like this reminded me of Diva era. The fact you committed to you went all the way across the room and then back.
Well,
But
I feel like
if
if you were ever to clip the show and we redo the intro, I want this to be in it. Yeah, and obviously the crutch spot happened. It also happened on NXT. I believe NXT did it better because it had the man Boa.
Oh yeah, Boa.
He just snapped that and threw it away.
Yep. So let's get into the best match of the show.
Oh no, you still.
Oh, it's still more bullshit.
There's more bullshit coming up.
Oh, well, let's continue.
Matt Hardy's telling his boys, the private party, that he needs to bring in more money. So he has signed new additions. He has signed the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny. His intentions are still to destroy the Dark Order for what they did to him.
Matt Hardy realized that his big money scheme is that I can't make money with these niggas, so I need white men. And they're like, what? I am confused, Manny.
About.
Eddie Kingston. Has Eddie Kingston dumped his family for John
Yeah,
Moxley?
I think they have.
He's completely done with his friends and family. And now Matt Hardy now has a Butcher and Blade. And I feel like the Butcher and Blade, this is going to be their legacy of just joining up with random people throughout their time. Because that's all they've done. They have not accomplished a single thing other than we're with him now, or we're with them now, or we're with them now. I'm so sick of the Butcher and the Blade being like, guess who we brought in? Who? The Butcher and the Blade.
I need to ask the question when we get towards the end, actually. So the best match on AEW was Scorpio Sky versus Darby Allin. Wasn't even expecting that to happen. Like, it didn't even have a big match feel to it.
No, they had no build-up. Like, I think it was advertised at the beginning of the show. You never heard about it again. I
thought they were going to play this off for a little bit. No, I didn't think it was just going to happen directly into Dynamite.
Like, I would at least like, and I know he was terrible on the commentary the night before, but let's give some mic time to Scorpio Sky.
Well, I think he's going to get
some promos.
I hope they give him mic time to explain his actions from the.
I want him to explain that he went back to his Nigerian roots, Manny.
No, I don't want him to be from Nigerian. I at least want him to change the province in Africa. No, I think I want him to be from the country of Zimbabwe or
Zamunda?
or Chad. That would be perfect.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing as Apollo Crews essentially. Failed to win the title, attacked beloved babyface. It's normal wrestling trope, but I saw the similarities. An athletic bald black man with beard. And finally says, enough! Enough!
So,
but at least he wasn't a throwaway, because I feel like last time he got a TNT title shot, Cody just kind of beat him and threw him out the way. Because I'm fighting Brody Lee now.
But then, so when Darby Allin came out, on his name bar, it said it was his third TNT championship defense in 123 days. I only remember one of them. And that being a bad boy, Joey Janela. On the 60-day point.
You're right. I'm trying to think of another.
I don't think he has.
Yeah, they may have made one up. Unless that street fight was for the belt.
But as Lucha Dog has put out, that the cutter from the actual dive to the outside, spectacular.
That and the coffin drop reversal was both amazing.
Yeah, I just from that alone, you know they should be doing way more with Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, and even I know they're doing a lot with Darby Allin, but I feel like if they could enter a real feud and program together, it'd be nice. It'd be something unique. WWE has no. As much as I joked about how a Scorpio Sky is just an Apollo Crews knockoff, I was only joking, people. I feel like WWE does not have anybody that look or feel like these two guys. I'm just saying. And this would be perfect to kick off. Instead of focusing on all these 50-year-old men and all these factions and all that, this was a straight-up normal... There was no gimmicks. It's a straight-up wrestling match.
Yeah, and it was very good.
And it was very good. And, I'm understating how much I enjoyed this match. I really did. This may be my match of the week.
You know what?
It was. No,
so for me, NXT put on somewhat like they put on a TakeOver Light show.
They put an NXT Arrival on, which was before the takeovers. Like,
but like if that didn't happen, this would have been match of the week. Match of the week caliber. So we get to the bullshit, Marcus. The bullshit of the Inner Circle War Council. I'm so glad that this might be the last one.
No, Manny.
Because Jericho's gonna have more.
MJF is gonna have his, and Jericho's gonna have his. So you may get two an episode now.
Oh fuck that!
How you like
that? Chris Jericho states maybe it's time they introduce a new member. MJF retorts and maybe it's time to let someone go. And then Sammy Guevara's music hits. And then Tony Schiavone, which I quote, how long has it been since Sammy Guevara walked out? Motherfucker, it's been like 2 weeks.
No! Somebody was missing somebody. Damn, I miss Sammy Guevara. How long he been gone?
He been gone for like 2 weeks.
Remember that time he was suspended for threatening, that old Sasha Banks clip?
Yeah.
He was gone longer for that than he was for this. Like, and that was what, like 3 weeks?
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks.
So he hasn't been gone.
So we got returning Jeremy Bishop in the chat. We haven't seen him in the chat for a while.
Yeah.
So he shows footage.
Oh, you're not gonna say what he said. I was like, we have a returning. No.
Well, it's all NXT stuff, so I'll bring it up when we get to NXT.
Oh, okay.
Jericho. So Sammy shows footage of MJF trying to kick out Jericho and attempts to take out Sammy and Jericho with the rest of the Inner Circle before they all turn on MJF. It was all an elaborate ruse.
Oh, a ruse, you say?
Jericho fires MJF from the Inner Circle, but MJF states he never wanted to take over the Inner Circle because he was too busy making his own.
Oh, shit.
The lights go out.
It's Sting.
It's Shawn Spears. Terror, everyone. Terror.
Turn the channel. Turn the channel. Finn Balor's wrestling Adam Cole. I saw Shawn Spears on TV. I'm switching the channel. Don't care what happens next.
It's FTR, Wardlow, and Tully, and then ending in them taking out the Inner Circle and powerbombing Jericho through a table off the stage.
Yes, a bloody
Marcus,
Jericho.
how do you feel about this segment?
Okay, I'm gonna go to the parts that I do like. One, I do like this team, but I would like for them to go minus Shawn Spears. If it was just MJF, Wardlow, and FTR, that's a dope ass group. With Tully, that's a dope ass group. I respect that group. But Shawn Spears weakens the group by just existing.
You don't need a fifth member.
Yeah, Shawn Spears needs to get jumped out. He's old. Like, these guys are, I'm going to say relatively young. I don't know the FTR age, but I'm going to consider them young.
I think they're mid-30s.
40s. Shawn Spears is kind of in his 40s over the hill. His wife is out doing him in promos.
No.
So,
did you watch that promo? Terrible.
I did, man. It was okay.
No. And I can't. I'm not putting it even on the Australian accent. When you cut a promo, the first thing you want to do is capture someone's believability. I did not for once believe her.
She just has got a Charlotte Flair. I can't do it. I don't know what that accent was. It was not Australian. But treat me with respect, damn it. I don't know why.
You sound like a 40s villain.
Yeah.
That's how I talk, see?
Nah. You never take me alive. But anyway, back to this. So let me go over to this investigation of this. I want to say it was a triple cross. Is this a triple cross? Because
yes,
because Sammy and Jericho were in on it on the whole time, maybe. Or did he the camera in their locker room?
So
right?
he said, "Do you not think we talk to each other?"
Yes. And MJF said, "I've been talking to you guys for months, and now it's time to act." So therefore, he's been letting him fuck with Jericho's been letting MJF fuck with him and Sammy Guevara for months, I think. Or I was trying to figure this out, like do the math of this. So all of this and communicate. What if they just decided one day, I'm done with this. Let's just beat the shit out of him before he got his super team. Like, and then so they show this footage, and then MJF gets, I've been building my own faction, but I feel like his faction wasn't built until last week when Arn Anderson gave it the seal of approval.
Jeremy,
I was so confused.
Jeremy asked, "Do you guys still do the sharpshooter's belt gimmick?" It's not a gimmick; it's a real thing.
Real champion, all right. I defend my title just as much as Darby Allin, so back up, damn it.
Who's the champion? It is Marcus, but he hasn't defended it since he won it.
Hey, who are you, President Jack Tunney?
Yes.
Right? I defend my title when I won against who I want, okay? Just like Roman, all right? The next time I defended my title is at Fastlane, all right? And I'm going to defend it in a historic way, okay? I'm going to defend it in the pre-show of Fastlane.
Just the pre-show match.
Where Shinsuke Nakamura will probably fight Chad Gable, and no one would care on how great and spectacular that probably is.
Oh, weird news about Chad Gable. Apparently he's leaving.
Oh, he's out?
No, so there was this weird back and forth message between Chad Gable and Dax. I think it's Dax, the bald one.
Okay.
Dax Hardwood, basically saying that he's his number one or something like that. And then Dax replied, "Oh, I thought we weren't meant to talk to each other for another 2 months at least."
Oh.
Yeah. So it led to implications that he's probably leaving in a few weeks.
I don't think he's leaving.
I don't know. He's in a prominent story.
Yeah, WWE normally pulls people off TV if they haven't re-signed their contract within like a week before they leave. Unless you're Christian, which they clearly do not give a shit about. They clearly don't. Like,
Jeremy said, "Have you told Eric that you're the head of the table?" No, but surprisingly, Eric's head of the table shirt has gone missing.
Yes. Find out if it ever pop up again on the show. That's our mystery. Like, that's how shitty our mysteries are on this show. Will Eric's show turn up again? That's the cliffhanger. Come back and watch the show and see if Eric's shirt returns. Oh, but I thought AEW sucked. I thought there was some good stuff. Like, I enjoyed the hell out of Darby and Scorpio. I enjoyed Cody and Penta's interaction. I even enjoyed Cody hiding his injury for whatever reason that is. When they were stick to basic wrestling, like simple storylines, I was all for it. But there's a lot of it that was just over convoluted. And the more I started thinking about the MJF faction, the more my brain started to hurt. Who got who first?
See, this is leading.
Like Matt Hardy and the Isaiah Cassidy in the mascot costume. Who over in that contract scenario?
So this leads to the thing I said maybe last week or the week before, with NXT moving to Tuesdays, or allegedly moving to Tuesdays.
Yes.
Because that hasn't been confirmed yet. Stories like this are going to make them stand out for being shitty.
Yeah.
Because it's not going against NXT anymore, so you can't go, let's compare ratings and stuff like that. Or let's compare match types. It's going to stand out for being shitty. And it is literally going to be Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, Manny. I believe, I don't know if you know the term, they nuked the fridge from the last Indiana Jones movie, Kingdom of Crystal Skull.
No, I refuse to watch that.
Basically jump. Just you know what? Let me, for the record, people, and maybe I'm wrong on this one. The movie wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. It wasn't as bad. It was a fun little action movie that had an old Indiana Jones. I put it on the same level as the second Coming to America movie. It was, nostalgia-wise, it was okay. And I'm fantastic.
I'm going to say something controversial.
Yeah.
I like the Green Lantern movie.
And that, my friend, is the end of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Tune in next week for the Marcus and Marcus show, where I have gone solo. Well, we got an NXT report to do. We got to finish up here. That is great. Manny, are you trying to kill people? Let me tell you. Hold on. I know this is a sidetrack about what we did here, and I'm gonna melt it all together somehow. One, Manny, don't like the Green Lantern movie. Don't like it, please.
It's a good movie.
It's fucked. The whole thing is fucked. There's good parts in it. I'm gonna give them that. They cast. That was a perfect Sinestro. I think Ryan Reynolds could have been a good Green Lantern if he had a good story. I'm supposed to believe that the fucking villain, Parallax, or whatever the hell his name is the same age as Ryan Reynolds. And like, he's a 50-year-old man, for God's sakes. The age things were all over the place. When they were in space in the training, it was entertaining. I thought they cast right with, Michael Caine and I think Michael Clark Duncan as the other Lanterns. Allegedly. Yeah, that's what you should have put for your love of the Green Lantern movie. But it was hokey, and there was potential that you could actually do something there. Back to nuking the ring. This could be the beginning of the cracks of AEW. I'm starting to see more negative reaction toward them on the shit they were already doing that they're doing now. Whether it's audio issues, because Cody had audio issues of the microphone not working. I don't know. Their production's just shit. They have all these old guys in there just getting title shots. Christian walking in, holding the belt. Very similar to a WWE storyline where you just look at the title and you're a number one contender. Even though they have a ranking system. And Christian Cage looked like a 70-year-old man. As old as Edge looked, I don't want Christian to main event anywhere. He's not that. Don't make Christian out to be what he's not. That's what they're doing wrong here. And I feel
he's also on a multi-year deal, according to the oral sessions with Renee.
Everybody got a deal. Everybody. I mean, I don't know what Tony Khan's doing with his money. I'm assuming he has unlimited money, but use it wisely. Just give me more matches like Darby and Scorpio or storylines like that or Penta and Cody. Just very simple stuff. And don't give me old guy going for title. This is one more match. We've been here and done this with Christian. He's not Edge. This makes it look like you're copying WrestleMania and having Edge versus Roman for the title with Don Callis substituting as Paul Heyman. And I guess Kenny Omega is Roman of some kind. They can't pull it off. I'm sorry. And the Good Bros would never equal an Uso. And that's just one of them. I'm just saying. So, AEW was a bad show, in my opinion, with, like, 2 good moments.
Yeah, I left AEW thinking I enjoyed 2 matches, but then the rest of it I kind of just, like, left me, like, unfulfilled.
I'm trying to even think what the second thing I enjoyed. Oh, it was Penta and Cody. Penta and Cody and Scorpio Sky and them, I was like, this is what they should do. This feels like what they advertised AEW was. It's a sports-like feel. People are going at it. It felt like a wrestling show. And then you have all this other stuff that feels like a sideshow. I don't want to see no arcade match with Miro. I don't care about this goddamn Miro character or this story with Orcan. If you have Chuck cut the promo and Scorpio Sky can't get time to cut a promo, this is bullshit. Because Chuck is terrible.
Well, I liken to my AEW this week because I didn't find it terrible. Like I find it, the only thing I would compare it is Chinese food. You eat it and it left you feeling unfulfilled.
Yeah, I guess you could say it like that.
It kind of leaves you wanting more.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah, but like, do you know when you're unfulfilled, it's not a good thing.
Yeah. Hey, that's up right. He walks away. He's a terrible person. Let's move into NXT. Well,
yeah, moving over to NXT.
All your fantasies.
So no, it didn't fulfill any of my fantasies this week. If anything, as good as the NXT show was, I was ready to claim it to be the worst show ever.
Oh, really? But Manny, they're giving you everything you want. Jordan Devlin is getting on a plane.
That's not what I want.
You want him over?
You know
here,
who?
All right.
You know what I want? I want the ring general.
I know, Manny. I know. I'm sorry with Jordan Devlin because I know they're both coming, Manny. They're both coming, and I can't wait to see Walter beat up Old Man Ciampa just to move out the Finn. He's going after Finn. He has to beat up. He has to go to Ciampa. I understand that. You maul through that old man, and then you go after Finn with Thatcher and a new version of Imperium, or so the old version of Imperium.
Regal has 2 announcements. The NXT Togo takeover.
NXT Togos.
I think I'm having a stroke. NXT takeover is happening over 2 nights.
Shane was too.
NXT takeover is happening over 2 nights. The first part will happen on Wednesday on USA Network, and then the other night on Thursday on Peacock.
Peacock.
He then announces he's fed up with that bullshit from Adam Pearce last week. And he's not waiting for them to have any actions. He's going to react instead. He's made his own NXT women's tag titles, which look better than the actual tag titles anyway.
They do, but I don't want them to exist. I like where the original women tag titles were, in which you can basically jump on any show and be used as a hot commodity. I do not like that. If he was going to say anything and make it a tag team, he needed to say, we have succeeded the WWE. We are no longer WWE NXT because we're sick of their bullshit and we are just NXT and we have our own women's tag team titles, our own tag team titles, our own heavyweight title, and our own intercontinental North American title. I'm just saying. That's what I wanted to hear if you're going to do some shit like this.
Yeah, well, I blame Adam Pearce. Shotzi and Ember challenged Dakota Kai and Raquel González for the titles, which I don't agree with. No. I don't agree with the result. I deeply respect Shotzi Blackheart, but I strongly dislike Ember Moon. There's a reason, Marcus. Ember is the most basic of the fire moves in Pokemon. Fuck Ember Moon.
He said it. It's his fact. Man, he's spoken into existence. He's resisted from saying those words together. Hashtag fuck Ember Moon. Now, some people may take this hashtag a little serious. That either one, he hate Ember Moon, or two, hashtag he wants the world to fuck Ember Moon. It can go either way. But Manny, it's disgust for Ember Moon. He's attacked Shotzi Blackheart, and she has downgraded Shotzi from moving up to the main roster to making more money to being stuck in NXT with Ember Moon as tag team champion. They abolished these championships. They have nobody to fight. I know Ivy and Candice are out there.
I saw that look of disgust. I felt it. I felt the look of disgust. I'm with Candice LeRae.
Jealousy though. That was white jealousy right there.
I'm with them. I'll join them in their white girl privilege.
You're like, well, I should have been handed the titles, not this colored girl. And he's like, should we be using that language? So see, we say it all the time.
So Io Shirai versus Toni Storm for the women's NXT championship.
I thought it was the night for Toni, man. I thought she had it. It
was a really good. Do you know what? The fact that this opened up, I thought this might not be good.
You let her know.
Oh no, this is gonna be terrible.
I do think it should have been a reverse though. I thought Regal should have said, "We're gonna fight for these tag titles right now."
Yeah.
I feel like, and then instead of coming out later, I thought that should have happened then, and then Io and Toni would have been in the spot that the tag match was in. But
Jeremy said deserted on an island with Ember or Nia.
Who you got,
man? Take Nia, man. Take Nia. No, why?
Why? Yeah. I was about to ask why.
Because at some point you may not get rescued. I might have to eat Nia, and she's big and beefy.
It's just gonna last for days.
Yeah. I will have food for days.
Somewhere Nia Jackson's going, eat me, huh?
I'm not like most girls. Yeah, so very good match. Had a massive big fight feel to it.
Manny, can I answer that question about who I want to be stuck on the island with?
Who?
I am definitely going Nia Jax because I know The Rock is going to find his cousin.
Oh, so you went the other way route with it?
Yes. We're not going to be stuck on this deserted island forever. The Rock will find us.
Young Rock is going to get cancelled, people. It is not a good show.
It's not that bad.
It's not that good either.
It rolls by really quick, and it's a nice background show. It's not. I think it's gonna last for about a season.
And the Rock's grandmother, she's supposed to have some New Zealand accent or something before being Maui, but she's pulling off some South African accent, which I really don't get.
I believe it's a Hawaiian accent, Manny. It might actually be Hawaiian. She's going with. I don't know. Young Rock is going to pick up when he gets into the Attitude Era and he's feuding with Steve Austin. That's all I'm saying. And I believe Steve Austin looks close enough like Steve Austin where Steve Austin should just play Steve Austin. Just saying.
So, unlike the matches on AEW this week, this had a big match feel. And most matches on this card had a big match feel.
Yes. This felt like a takeover.
Yeah.
It was a really exciting show.
Which is what I think we're going to get from the Wednesday edition of that takeover. Just a bit more amped up.
Yeah. The Peacock show, I'm excited for. I guess we can just go through this and we can talk about the takeover and all the matches they're planning. But yeah, I already know what night one's main event's gonna be.
Do you want to divulge it?
Oh yeah. It's Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly. Night one.
Probably.
Night one. That's night
Probably.
one. Night two was crossing Balor.
Yeah, well, night one, I want the rematch of Jake Atlas versus Pete Dunne.
He never had a chance, Manny.
I've never seen. We were watching torture happen on TV. That was actual torture.
I mean, if there was ever a case for like this week, Ethan Page, who I think needs to change his name, or Adam Page needs to change his name, or Page, or Diamond Page. We need to get someone to change their name. All right, it's too many pages in wrestling. Anyway, what don't he change name? This is how he should have treated Lee Johnson. Just beat the shit off of him. Beat the brakes off him. Rip his body apart and go in there. Because never has there ever been a man that looked like there was a victim. And knowing he became a real victim, Manny, is when Big Joseph on commentary said, growing up, his favorite wrestler was Trish Stratus. He's dead. He's dead. He's going to die.
So I feel like many would ask, did he go too far? But I feel like that's all Jake's fault because he could have quit any time.
That's a tap out rule. I don't know if I've ever seen someone go drop like Pete Dunne was main eventing, and I felt like him going to fight Jake Atlas. It wasn't a squash match. It was fighting somebody so low in the card you never thought it would happen. That's how low this was. Like, it's like seeing Roman Reigns fight one of the Bollywood boys. Like, what the fuck?
So Pete said this is the time of year everyone wants to step up their game, and he is the best technical wrestler in the world, and he dares anyone to prove him wrong. Who's he
going after? Who's the best technical wrestler? Who's going to argue and say, no, I'm the best technical wrestler in the world?
The only person I would necessarily put him up against would be Ciampa at that point.
Yeah, but he seemed like he got business with Walter as they were setting up this week.
Walter's going to make him have a neck injury and knee injury all over again.
Maybe it's someone for maybe they go to their farm systems, NXT UK, and find somebody else to fight him. Because I can't think of anybody that he could.
There isn't. I don't think there's anyone in NXT UK that you could constitute being the best technical wrestler.
Yeah, that's true. It's gonna be Roderick Strong. He has nothing to do.
No, please no. So Imperium asked Timothy Thatcher to take his rightful spot back in Imperium, as they are doing this for him. Later in the evening, Tommaso says he's not interested, but he is interested in the ring general next week. No, and next week it will be Ciampa and Thatcher versus Imperium.
Yes.
I'm hoping next week is the return of the ring general.
Yeah, I believe him and Jordan Devlin were on the same flight, Manny. If I were to sum it up, they were on the same flight and they were quarantining equally together in America.
Marcus, like the Backstreet Boys once said, quit playing games with my heart.
Next week, I was more excited when that line happened. I was like, here we go. Next week, baby.
Everything happening next week, I'm invested in. They may be low-level matches in some way, may say, but like NXT has kept me enthralled with dumb storylines because they made every storyline matter.
Yes, and I can't wait for Cruiserweight Champion Santos Escobar holding up his title, Jordan Devlin holding up his title, and both of them going like, we're going to put it on a ladder. It's going to the ladder match, Manny. I don't think they're having a regular match.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing
it. That goes into a ladder.
That's going to be night one of TakeOver.
Yep. I think night one, Cruiserweight title, Cole and O'Reilly. And then night two, women's championship with Raquel and Io and Finn and Cross. And then you got the tag title stuff somewhere in between those shows.
So, Leon Ruff said he knew Swerve was a snake the moment he met him. That's your boy. He
Son
said
of a bitch.
he said he busted his ass to get where he's at. Next week he's gonna give Swerve another rough landing.
When did he get the first landing? You the one who landed rough when Swerve kicked you in your head.
He
in
kicked
your
him
entrance.
so hard.
You went down. That was a rough ending.
Then we move into the actual women's tag team title match, which is Dakota Kai and Raquel González. What is happening to me today? Versus Shotzi Blackheart and
You're clearly about to have a stroke, and I don't. And Manny, if you do, don't let them cut that shirt you're wearing. Don't let them cut that shirt. Not the shirt.
I'll send it to you. And Ember Moon. Even though this match was put together basically on the night, it still felt like a big deal.
Yep. I think because it's set up in the beginning, it was. I don't know. I just. My problem is that I don't want these tag titles to exist. Even though I got the good match and everything about it felt right, and I enjoyed the hell out of this, I just didn't want all this to exist. None of it made sense to me. The whole like them having their own titles and like the Dusty Classic. They could have just settled this as a Dusty Classic or whatnot, but I don't know. It just feels very convoluted.
Yeah, and
to this night.
And the tag team champions, the men's tag team champions barely feature on the show as it is.
Well, I would feature if it was Danny Burch. And here's the thing. NXT has the best WWE roster tag team division they have. They can get the belts off Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan. You have Imperium. You have MSK. You have Brazango, I might add. You have, what's their name? Everrise. And, of course, the Grizzled Young Veterans. They have a decent division here. And, some other teams. But they have it on the worst possible tag team. A team that exudes no personality. Like, even got Legado del Fantasma involved in this. So, for the love of God, get the belts off Oni and Danny Burch.
So, I feel bad for Dakota Kai here. Because I feel like she probably, out of all of them, I still think titles for Shotzi. And because we already know big things are happening for Raquel. But for someone who's worked really hard since turning on Tegan Nox in 2019 and all the way through 2020, she's put in work in a division that main person was Io and Rhea for that whole period.
Yeah. I'm going to say this, man, it made me sound like blasphemy. But Dakota Kai is the daddy of NXT.
Yeah.
In which she's there. She's doing quality work. She's been holding it down for months, kind of. But she's never going to be a top person.
I generally felt bad. I felt like a tag team title run would have been nice for her.
Yeah, to me, this week felt like... Remember when Daniel Bryan described that Edge came out and speared Roman after that match and he just felt like a failure?
Yeah.
This whole night felt like Dakota Kai's failure. In which she gets this title, but they have no plans, honestly, for Dakota whatsoever, and they want to have Io and Raquel fight. It was a very... And so when Io showed up in the locker room, it was like, I want you next, and you have Dakota Kai just kind of sitting there. It's that is a mean stare down. They look like they about to fuck each other up for no reason. It looked like someone's like, "Hey, did you steal my shit?" No. I don't fucking trust you, bitch. I'll tell you that right now. You fucking with the wrong one. But Dakota Kai just was just there, and I don't know where Dakota goes from here. Honestly, it was just like we're writing you off, Dakota, without injury or nothing.
And obviously, I'm not a big fan. It's well documented. I even stated it today. I'm not a fan of Ember Moon, and I don't think putting a title on Ember Moon really helps the fact of trying to make me like her because she sucks.
Yeah,
she honestly sucks.
Can we have a moment of silence for Shotzi Blackheart for whoever the team with Ember Moon? I mean, I've already dubbed the Team Blackheart. Anyway, the tag team name. And you asked me who's the heart of the team? Oh, it's Shotzi. Who's the black of the team? It's Shotzi. But because Emerald doesn't really add much to the team, and when they feud with the Candice and Indy, it's probably gonna be a good match. It's probably gonna be solid, but after that team is done, they don't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
It's like that's the end of that. So.
And then Adam Cole states the Undisputed Era is dead. He did what he did because Kyle stepped out of line.
Yep. He stepped out of line, and he's keeping the music, damn it. I'm keeping the music.
Boom.
Roddy doesn't have the music, clearly, because he came out in new music last week. Kyle's going to have to come out with some music. But Adam Cole has kept the music. He's decided to be Roman Reigns and keep the Shield music.
So Austin Theory is also upset that Dexter called him annoying last week.
Yes.
After
shaped.
Yeah, after both Candice and Indy gave Shotzi and Ember the stink eye.
Very stink. It was more Candice than Indy. By the way, fuck that entire locker room for clapping for them.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai and Ember and Raquel González deserve to walk back there and get those claps. Just saying, they deserve the clap.
So in the third women's match of the night, we got Xia versus Kaden Carr. You know, you heard me correctly. Third women's match of the night. AEW, you listening? You listening?
They don't just throw all their women in one segment. In fact, their Japanese woman fought in a title match, and it's just a waste of time. Yeah. Oh God, man.
Well, Casey hits Xia with a crutch. Boa breaks the crutch, and they both get away. Boa looked like he was ready to throw hands.
Yeah, I think Boa has officially had enough of this. He's had enough. I played the gentleman very well, but now I'm gonna be a son of a bitch. I'm gonna be an asshole. I'm gonna be a scumbag. I'm gonna be a piece of shit. I am going to jail tonight. Like I have no idea what I'm about to do next. But I know my hands are gonna be around your throat if you hit me with that fucking thing again. You crippled bitch. We crippled you. You're still walking out here.
So Legado del Fantasma took on the Grizzled Young Veterans. The GYV state that while they have been taking bullets for Santos Escobar, they have been making an impact. MSK make the Breezango Spaceman entrance that we were supposed to get 2 weeks ago, causing a distraction for Phantasma to pick up the win. MSK take out
GYV. It's the greatest intro of all time, by the way. I don't know why I like it so much. It's so stupid. But it made me laugh this week and even last week when they weren't able to perform it.
So MSK take out GYV or Breezango take out Phantasma. So I don't think we reported on it, but there's reports that people are getting fined for leg slaps for super kicks now.
I heard that story. Yep, Meltzer came out with that one.
Do you think Breeze got fined for doing leg slaps during that thing?
No, neither did him, Adam Cole, or even Jey Uso on SmackDown. No one. I believe this is the most made-up story in the world.
I think it was Jey Uso that got in trouble because it happened on SmackDown. That's when Vince noticed it.
No, but they announced it before then. Before SmackDown. It was
really?
Announced, yeah, it was announced like Thursday or Wednesday or something. And then Jay, I noticed when Jay did it, and I went, he just did a leg slap. I thought that was outlawed. No, I think it's a rule, but I think if you're caught doing a leg slap on TV, if it looks like, if you are guilty of like doing a kick and slapping your leg and it looks blatant, if it's a bad leg slap, you may get fined. But I don't think the leg slap is a finable offense right now. Don't think it.
So we got Adam...
Buddy Murphy turned heel on Instagram.
Oh, did he?
Yes. He said the Mysterio family used him. Aaliyah used him to further her acting career. Dominic used him so he could have an excuse to come out the ringside, and Ray has always been jealous of him.
Shout out to Buddy Murphy. Adam Cole versus Finn Balor. I felt this was another close to perfect television match. Close. Not perfect. Close.
They gave us nothing.
Given our criteria for matches against on the run and review show, for me, I think this is a very close 4 or 5.
Yeah. I think the only thing it will probably lose is maybe the atmosphere. They may not get one, but other than that,
I think
they didn't do anything wrong. Like it was what you would want. If I was showing people a tape of wrestling, it was like, this is a wrestling match, and they were like, oh, I understand what this is now.
Because I thought this kind of was a pay-per-view quality match, and the fact that I felt it would lose the star for atmosphere because of the picture-in-picture breaks.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously you could still see it, but, like, they're not really doing anything in those spots at that point now.
Yeah. It would be better served for a takeover with no commercial or pay-per-view or something, in which it was no commercial. But I felt like they delivered, and and it was one of those matches that was so good that it was just like, oh, it's close to flawless, but they could do better, to be honest, if they really were trying.
Yeah,
I feel like they were just like, all right, we're going to do this, but we're not going to do too much because we don't want to make this over the top, but we're going to just go out there and have basically Adam Cole versus Finn Balor and give people what they want.
What did you, if you were to compare this to the match that Finn beat Adam Cole for the title for this, where the title was on the line, but after the Iron Man match, I felt like this one was slightly more better than that one.
Ooh,
because remember that one kind of kicked off the night. Remember?
Yeah, that one had it also had the non-finish of the previous week to go with it. So it was an extension match of some kind.
Yeah.
So it didn't have like that, like, oh, we built up to this. If it was just like maybe that one, non-Iron Man match after, whatever the hell you want to call it, I think that would have been better. But I would say it was about on par. I don't know. Yeah, maybe on par. This might be better because of the way that one felt. I don't know. That one had that weird feeling of, this is a bonus match that started a show or something. I don't know.
Well, this isn't part of the run and review show, but I feel like we'll put this on the tally of when we do the list of matches at the end of the year. But I'm giving this 4. It's not getting atmosphere.
It misses atmosphere, and it misses story, and it misses stipulation. No, actually not. They did everything fine. There was nothing wrong. Eric called me when this match is happening, and he said, Marcus, I looked at the referee, and I already knew this match was going to be fire because you see that 10. And that was the conversation. He was like, they're going to deliver. Like he said, every time he sees that referee, he's in.
See, so I think I also lost a bit. I wasn't going to give it an atmosphere. I felt like it could have lost in part of story was no in ring where Kyle O'Reilly appeared, and then he kind of obviously caused a slight distraction.
Yeah.
For this match, but all of that fits into story.
Yeah.
Because that still adds to the story.
That is the main story. But the way they also fit the story is what I felt was going to happen anyway. Is that Cross shows up at the end, and Finn's like, it took you long enough to show up, and I felt like I was like, yeah, where are you? And this time Cross didn't even send Scarlett out for him. I thought it was going to be Scarlett standing behind him, and he really got caught masturbating.
Do you know what though?
I told you, not in the pie.
You know what though? I don't want none of that Scarlet voodoo shit. If this is going to be a feud, because if this is going to be a feud, there can't be any of that. Because if it is, I'm going to be out of it. Like
I think there's going to be a little bit of voodoo, Manny, and I could also predict maybe a demon return.
No, I think he's done with the demon.
I think the demon can make a return for this one.
Yeah,
and I think by bringing the demon back and having Cross beat the demon, which would be Finn, quote unquote, at his best, I feel like that helps Cross a lot more.
I don't want that.
I feel like
I don't-
I'd be surprised even appearing.
Even where Cross is at now, like going into this, I still don't think he's in that kind of main event area.
I don't want him to win because I need him on the main roster. Him
Like,
and
I don't-
Charlotte are the new Rusev and Lana. They need
Like
to be
if we were to actually, if there was NXT rankings, like legit ones, like the AEW ones,
there.
I don't think Cross scratches top 5.
Really?
Yeah,
Who's
given
your
based
top-
on. So obviously you put the champion as number 1,
Okay.
or does the champion goes separate and then everyone underneath?
The champion goes separate technically, but in our rankings of NXT wrestlers, we could throw the champion in our top 5 performers at NXT.
So at 5, I would go. No, let me just say who would be in
Does
it, then I'll
UK
rank them.
count? Does NXT UK count in
No,
the NXT rankings? Okay.
because they don't. Yeah, it'd be a bit.
NXT
I'd go. I put Pete Dunne in there.
Okay.
Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly,
Okay.
Finn Balor's there,
Of course, he's a champ.
and I don't have.
Do it, Manny. Do it. Do it. Do it. You gotta
Who
do
do you
it.
think? Who do you think it's gonna be?
Huh? No, I'm putting you put Cross in there because you're trying to find a way not to put Cross in their main event picture. And I'm
But he's
he has
not.
to be in it. He's their main event guy. He's a top 5 guy on NXT.
Santos Escobar.
Cross is in the top 5 whether you like him or not, Manny. As a performer
Barely.
on NXT.
Barely.
He's there. But if you throw the women in there, he's probably under Raquel González or Io.
Yeah, 100%. So
So
a great episode of NXT, just not one for me. Probably the worst one, worst possible outcomes I've ever had on NXT on an NXT show. Toni Storm doesn't pick up the win, although she does have a really nice shirt on WWEshop.com, which I'm going to be picking up soon. It's like the CM Punk one, the old one. So it's like a ringer shirt with black sleeves and stuff and collar, but then it's a white shirt and just a picture of her.
yeah. I don't
I'm
know
also-
what they're doing with Toni Storm, to be honest.
Yeah,
she should have won.
She should have won, and then
lose.
because I don't think Raquel should even be on NXT anymore. Like, she's too big of a star not to be pursuing main roster goals.
Yeah. I feel like Vince needs to go and be like, Raquel, all right. Like, the people who need to leave the show, I feel like, are... And I know this may sound weird, but Bronson Reed needs to leave. Cross needs to leave. And it sounds like all the big guys or big people. Raquel, Shotzi should go. And,
Io should go.
And
Io should go.
Io. Those people all need to go. And I know Adam Cole and you may say Ciampa and them could go as well. They probably could, but I'm just saying, you know.
Like, I feel
Those
like
people are main roster guys.
I feel like it'll be a lot easier for them to move people over when they move to Tuesday,
Yeah.
because they're no longer battling for ratings and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then you have I feel like Io's gonna finally lose to Raquel, and then you got Raquel and Zoe Stark going for that title.
Zoe Stark's going to be a star. I
Yeah.
can see it now.
Yeah, like even that video package they did, it was just like she's killing it. She's gonna kill it. She already killed it in her debuts. It's like.
But the problem with that is everyone in NXT UK gets that video package.
Yeah.
Like, they did one for Isla Dawn, and I just don't believe in Isla Dawn. They've done one for what's her name? Iofi? Or no, not so, Valkyrie or something like that.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, they did one for her, and I'm just not seeing it yet. Like, and
Yeah.
they recently did it for Danny Luna.
Yeah, but what's it called? Zoe Stark looks like a star though. Like, there's some people you look at and you go, get the fuck out of here. And then there's other people you go like, yep, they earned the video package. Like, Zoe Stark felt like, oh yeah, this video package makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's where I feel like they're going with NXT. Just a simple, fundamental show, and I can't wait for a lot of stuff next week. Like, Jordan Devlin showed me that he's traveling via plane and not boat. I mean, like, I don't know.
I'm a little bit sad I didn't get... as much as the show didn't need it, I felt like I needed it. I needed some Cameron Grimes bullshit this week. Because NXT this week was very serious, and I just felt like you needed some lightheartedness in it.
Yeah, you didn't even get no Gargano bullshit. You got no.
No, you barely got it. Like you got maybe like a pinch of it with Gargano this week.
Yeah.
And then
only comedy was Austin Theory tearing off his shirt, going, "Damn, he's in fantastic shape. He's mad."
And then you've got LA Knight saying he's going to debut next week, which I'm not looking forward to.
Against Bronson Reed, right?
Yeah.
I think LA Knight, Cameron Grimes, and Velveteen Dream need to form a clique, and I don't know that doesn't make any sense, but they should.
It's weird that he's been off TV for so long. Like, what are they doing with him?
What, Dream?
Yeah, something backstage must be.
People want to hashtag fire him. I mean, they just canceled Pepe Le Pew, so.
That's the fucking most stupidest thing ever.
Well, honestly, the outrage of people being upset that Pepe Le Pew getting canceled. One, he's been a rapist for years. Two,
it's a cartoon.
No one cares. No one cares enough about Pepe Le Pew. No one has thought about Pepe Le Pew in over 20 years. Let's be honest. For him to be, he got canceled 20 years ago. Last time Pepe Le Pew was on TV, Will Smith was just breaking into the movie industry. Get the fuck out of here with this. I don't care.
Will Smith was wondering why his dad didn't want him. Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's how long ago Pepe Le Pew been on TV. like, oh no, Pepe Le Pew's been canceled. I have not thought about him. I don't know who else. And then the whole controversial Space Jam of Lola Belly. People want to fuck that rabbit. People are weird.
Yeah, let's not forget the other one, Jessica Rabbit.
Hey, that's different.
How's that different?
She wasn't a rabbit, Manny. She wasn't a rabbit.
So that's the only difference with that.
Yeah, that's the only difference. You trying to tell me you didn't want to play patty cake with her?
No.
She's hilarious. Even to this day, it's so ridiculous. Patty cake. Oh, damn bitches. Like, that's clearly sex. That is clearly sex that they put on TV for kids.
And on that note, or bombshell, should I say, I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been
Marcus, the grand finale.
You've been watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Peace.
She should have never looked away from Billy Kay.
That's probably why. That's probably why she didn't pick up that title.
That's bad luck. It's bad luck to snub Billy Kay right there. By the way, if Billy Kay's now on SmackDown tomorrow night, I am boycotting SmackDown until WrestleMania season.
Although there's that guy that said when I pointed out in the mid-card mess, where I said Billy Kay has not been on SmackDown, what a travesty, or somewhat along those lines, and he said, "Thank God, I'm bringing the Reign of Thunder to you now, my friend."
Yeah. The hell is gonna for him to thank his God must be Satan incarnate or something for him not.
Marcus, I will stop you in your tracks for the moment. He did say Tatanka was good, and I will hold that against him for all eternity.
Manny, I'm getting on the phone. I want you to pack your bags. I'm calling Nia Jax. We're making a road trip. We're going to that guy's house. How dare you disrespect Billy Kay, and how dare you praise the name of Tatanka? You are a sadist. You are a sadist.
How dare you? Bye, guys.